Is Equatorial Guinea set to host the next Africa-Russia summit? Speculations from diplomatic corridors hint at a potential shift in the geopolitical landscape of Africa. Moscow and Malabo, the capital of Equatorial Guinea, have reportedly been engaged in discreet discussions for several weeks, potentially paving the way for the next Africa-Russia summit to be held on the oil-rich soil of the Central African nation. Kilimanjaro News Network looks at the potential significance and ramifications. While an official announcement is yet to come, the mere possibility of such a gathering holds significant weight. It would mark a bold move by both parties, sending ripples through the international community and raising eyebrows across the continent. Why Equatorial Guinea? Choosing Equatorial Guinea as the host nation would be a strategic move for Russia. The country, despite its perceived human rights concerns and opaque governance, boasts vast oil and gas reserves. Russia, facing economic isolation due to Western sanctions, has increasingly turned towards Africa to bolster its economic and political clout. An Africa-Russia summit in Malabo would be a powerful symbol of this burgeoning partnership. For Equatorial Guinea, hosting the summit presents an opportunity to step onto the global stage. President Teodoro Obiang Mbosogo, in power for over 4 decades, has long sought to shed his country's pariah status. The summit would offer a platform to showcase Equatorial Guinea's economic potential and forge closer ties with a major global player. However, the prospect of an Africa-Russia summit in Equatorial Guinea is not without its challenges. The choice of venue is likely to raise concerns among Western nations and Western human rights groups. Equatorial Guinea's perceived dubious track record on democratic freedoms and human rights violations could be seen as standing in stark contrast to the values espoused by many progressive African nations. Furthermore, the summit's agenda would be under close scrutiny. With the ongoing war in Ukraine casting a long shadow, any perceived alignment between African nations and Russia could be met with strong opposition from the West. The potential for the summit to become a platform for Russia to peddle anti-Western narrative would be considered a cause for concern for the West. Despite the uncertainties, the mere possibility of an Africa-Russia summit in Equatorial Guinea marks a significant development in the evolving relationship between the continent and the Eurasian giant. If it materializes, the summit could serve as a watershed moment, signaling a new era of closer cooperation between Russia and African nations. However, the success of the summit would hinge on its ability to navigate the complex geopolitical landscape. Finding a balance between Russia's interests and the concerns of African nations and the West will be a delicate balance. Whether Equatorial Guinea's sun-drenched shores become the stage for a new chapter in Africa-Russia relations remains to be seen. But one thing is certain, the world will be watching with bated breath. Kilimanjaro News Network would like to hear from you directly. Join the conversation. Do you think Africa is finally taking control of its destiny? Do you think holding these summits with Africa has tangible benefits or just a photo opportunity? Do you think China and the USA will do the same to host on African soil? Let the conversation begin. Send us your messages. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to Kilimanjaro News Network, the authentic voice of Africa. Kilimanjaro News Network broadcasts in Swahili, Arabic, English, and French.